number 5. Just wonder, will that mean Lamachani's held back? Will they look at some of the other options, maybe Karen KC through the second power play? That's the end of the first. 10 overs have been bowled. The score now for PNG, 33 for 2.
Congestion.
Gentle loosener by him. The third was a bit accurate, but it was still angling towards the left-hander. He needs to start off with outside off stump and getting the ball in to the left-hander, not giving him room to free his arms. Asad Vala, a very good batter for PNG, the captain. Again angling into the left-hander, nicely flicked away down to fine leg for a single.
Haven't seen anything from Ari Sheikh's medium pacers. Would you anticipate they might be used today? There wasn't enough time yesterday to consider them.
Yes, he might be used today because he bowls that cutters in a good length that will be very effective in this track. And I mean all the tracks in the TU International Cricket Ground. The leg cutters, the slower bowls, that will be effective. It doesn't come onto the bat, whereas the seam-up deliveries, they come nicely onto the bat. There's no hint of a grass in this wicket.
And how Nepal would love to open up an end with a right-hander at it at some point in the next 10 or 15 overs. They'd need 2 wickets to do that, because I'm almost certain that it will be CJ Amini in next, the stylish all-rounder at number 5. But that's where the threat of Lamachani will really come to pass. But equally, they shouldn't be afraid of using Lamachani against the left-handers. We saw him pick up the wicket of Rohan Mustafa yesterday, with that googly from around the wicket, the LBW going in his favour. I just wonder, will they look at maybe holding him back for 6 or 7 overs, keep going with Irie and KC, and then get the star leg spinner into the game?
Yeah, the last ball was a good ball by Karan Casey on the right line, starting off outside the off stump and getting the ball into the left-hander. That is what Karan should do. That is why there's a short leg fielder in the 15-yard. Yes, this is the correct line for Karan Casey. You can see that on the left of your screen. Kushal Brutel is there as a catching position on the leg side.
Yeah, the other advantage for Nepal in today's game, if this wicket starts to turn, is the lack of spinning options for Papua New Guinea. It's really just Asad Vala who's a regular bowler. CJ Amini's leg spin has been used less and less, particularly with that finger injury that he did in Dubai. And Sese Bay very inconsistent. They rely upon their medium pacers. Good angle from Casey, probing away, causing problems. Just the one run off the bat from that over 3 in total. 36 for 2.
मेरो ग्लो हो मेरो पावर यसैले म गर्छु मेरो ग्लो को पावर अप हरेक दिन नयाँ लक्स को साथ जैस्मिन को सुगन्ध र बदाम को तेल युक्त चम्किलो त्वचाको लागि लक्स
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Dipendra Singh Airi is going to continue from the pavilion and Asad Vala on strike. Only 5 balls faced by him for 3 runs. Sesebao 15 of 23. And these two batsmen, they need a decent partnership to steady the ship after losing those early wickets.
I thought Vala's answer at the toss was very interesting when I asked him, were they determined to play spoil sports and upset a huge home crowd here? And he said, not really. They're determined to focus on progressing and developing as a team under their new head coach, Mark Coles. It does feel to me like they are much more back to playing the kind of trademark Pacific cricket that we know them for, that brought them all the way to that T20 World Cup, a maiden World Cup appearance back in what was supposed to be 2020 that was delayed to 2021 due to the pandemic. They look a happier group in recent times, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Namibia, maybe threaten those top 2 spots. Their first goal will be to retain ODI status, how important that will be to them, but definitely looking more confident, more happy as a group, and don't rule them out today. If they can get up towards maybe 240, 250, they'd be happy with from here. That could be a real challenge for Nepal. All the emotions, of course, in the chase.
Oh, that's cleverly bowled by Dipendra Singh Airi. Outside off some. Vala tried to cut that away but was beaten. I think because of the pace, it was bowled a bit quicker by Dipendra. Nicely bowled, giving that air again. Nicely bowled. A good over so far by Dipendra Singh Airi. Only 2 runs given off 5 balls. Nicely bowled again and nicely played by Asad Vala for a single. 3 runs off the over after 12. PNG 39 for 2.
Goodwill Finance. Financing for success since 1995.
तपाईको कपालमा कसको हुकुम चल्छ स्प्लिटेन्सको जेट या हेयर फलको फैसला हेयर प्रब्लम्स मतलब हेयर ड्यामेज डभको 1/4 मोइस्चराइजिङ मिल्क र केराटिन एक्टिभ्सले कपाललाई भित्रैदेखि रिपेयर गर्छ अब सुन्दर लहलहाउँदो कपाल जसमा चल्छ केवल तपाईको मर्जी डभ
Karan Casey is going to continue from the Chobar end. He's bowled his first over for 3 runs. 2 wides to start off with, but ended up bowling good balls on the right areas. Again, angling into the batsman. Got a bat to it. Boundary for Ashad Bhala and PNG. The score moves to 43. I think that was a little bit of a poor delivery down to his bats. Nicely flicked away by Bhala. Fine from the fielder at fine leg. The fielder is a bit square. That's a wrong line from Karan Casey.
Yeah, the extra pace in the ball, Paresh, has tended to go at a high strike rate. Don't have the exact data, of course, but feels like pace on deliveries are going at more than a run of ball, and then the cutters and the change-ups are going at less than that. But you can't bowl just cutters, can you? So you've got to mix things up, keep the batter guessing, try and disrupt his rhythm and his timing. And certainly Bhala will hold a key to a lot of today. I know that he'll have looked at the figures. He's less than 80 runs shy of Gerhard Erasmus now as the leading run scorer in this entire series. And for a side that have won just 4 matches in total, quite incredible to think that the leading run scorer in the entire tournament, if Bhala finishes strongly, is going to be the side that are at the bottom of the table. They've won 5 now, apologies. 5 from 34. If he gets another 80 runs today, or between today and PNG's final game against UAE in 2 days' time, top of the pile, the left-hander. And that shows how good he is. A class act. They've been nowhere throughout this competition. It's been a very difficult run, but their captain, he stood tall.
Yes, he has been leading from the front in batting. Apart from their result in winning, only 5 matches won by them in 34 games. He's been the pick of the batsman for PNG. Talking about Karan Casey, the first ball was on the wrong line. Oh, nicely bowled. That was the line he should be bowling, and that was a variation of cutter that he bowls into the wicket.
Let's get to some of the comments coming in, flooding in on social media. At Cricket Badge, this one from Watson Devcoda. He's sitting on the grass banks of the Hagley Oval at the 5th day of the Test match, but on his phone he's watching ICC TV, and he wishes that he was here at the TU International Cricket Ground. Nice to hear from you down in New Zealand. Nirvik Shahi watching on from Maryland in USA. Lovely to hear from Bikun Bikash, who's watching on from Australia. Thigh pad here thuds into. Be a leg by to close out the 13th over. Papua New Guinea just rebuilding nicely. Score now 44 for 2.
World's Link.
See, a change in bowling. The question is, who's it going to be? A few different options being considered by Rohit Paudel. He may use himself, the 2 left armers, the crease, or he may turn to his gun left arm spinner, that's Sandeep Lamachani. That's where he's going to go from. Saras Tamang watching on from Dallas in Texas. Oh, here's a Lahani. You might know him, Paresh, do you? Pranaya Lahani watching on from Melbourne. It's a public holiday here on Monday. Loving your and Paresh Dai's commentary. Yesterday's crowd made me miss the days I used to go to the games in Kirtipur. Come on, the boys, Jai Nepal.
Good to see a Lohani comment here.
You're probably related to him, are you? You're all related, you Lahanis.
Maybe, I don't know, but he might be my second or third cousin.
It's just amazing the number of messages, particularly from Australia and the United States of America. Pawan Acharya watching on from Idaho in the United States. almost every single message is about love for Nepal, and we'd love to hear from some of the Barramundis fans. Anyone watching on from Port Moresby in Papua New Guinea? Aryan BC asking, can the present form of Nepal maybe make them dream of a maiden 50 over World Cup appearance down in India? Well, let me first explain how they'll have to do that. As Lamachani comes in to Valat, just angled down the leg side, clipped away, very fine, and it's going to run nearly all the way to the boundary. Kami does the right thing and just scoops it in. 2 runs to the total, given his leg buys. To get to the World Cup, they would need to win these 2 matches and go to Zimbabwe, or if they lost one of the 2 games or both of them, get through the playoff in Namibia and seal one of the 2 final spots. There, 10 teams will battle it out for the final 2 places, but it will include 4 test nations. It's not going to be easy, and from Zimbabwe 2 teams will qualify for India. Definitely the best side ever that Nepal have put out, in my opinion. Were they to qualify, it would be their biggest ever achievement.
Yes, it would, and it will be a dream come true for Nepal cricket if they go to Zimbabwe and get the final 2 spots in India for the 2023 50 over World Cup.
Nice loopy leg break, and deceives bow with the dip again. Isn't it amazing though what a difference a month can make? They say that a week is a long time in politics, maybe a month is a long time in cricket. You can just see here, it's a leg break, lovely seam position, inside edge, saves bow. A month ago, the talk was, can Nepal get on a winning streak to retain ODI status? Now, it's not just can they get automatically to the qualifier in Zimbabwe, but can this young side go to India? That's the optimism that there is around this team. Googly from Lamachani, angling in, then turning away.
Yeah, that is all because of the victory in 9 matches out of 10. The belief is there for the spectators, for the cricket lovers here in Nepal.
Sharp turn going on with the angle, nicely played. Really good timing too. We'll see Bao pick up a couple. Good partnership this developing. Probably the 2 foremost batters for Papua New Guinea, particularly in terms of recent form. Bao fresh off that player of the match performance. Looks really calm, composed, and a very collected technique. Looks good. 2 southpaws threatening for PNG. Bowled him! Oh, Sandeep Lamachani! That is a beauty! Around the wicket, the googly just holds its line, probably no more than looks for the defensive shot, and the top of the off stump is kissed, and Nepal have got a
unplayable, I must say, in one word. Very nicely dealt, Sandeep Lamachani. Take a bow.
Maybe one of the balls of the tournament alongside Mark Watt, and there's a look of satisfaction from a leg spinner who is at his very best at the moment. He's cleaned up Sese Bao for 18. It's 49 for 3.
Cutting-edge technology जसले दिन्छ perfect bathroom experience. Bath Sense by Asian Paints, engineered to delight.
Of maybe the entire series and a definite contender for that Ball of the Day prize later on. I think Sandeep Lamachani could be raising that United Real Leather gift hamper.
Yes, that can be the Ball of the Day. What a delivery, and playable. The Tiger out of his den takes a wicket again.
Yeah, quite incredible, that delivery. as good as we've seen. The two Mark Watt balls in the previous series here for Scotland in Kathmandu, they were both to Namibian batters, one to Jan Nicolofte and the other to Carl Birkenstock. One to the left-hander, cutting him in half, bowling the top of off. The other, the arm ball, swinging back in, trapping him LBW. They were two of the best I've ever seen, but Lamachani might have just gone by them with a leg spin display of the highest quality, the googly out of the back of the hand. Keep going with some of these comments. Akash Karki watching on from Johnson City in Tennessee. It's midnight, but it's not stopping me from watching. Rupesh Paudel watching from Berlin. It must be very early in the morning there. Binaya Bandari watching on from New York. Love the support for Nepali cricket. Claudio Gonzalez at 1:30 a.m. in Buenos Aires. He's just written a column that the Rhinos have won the first of 10 finals. If they keep winning, they're off to India. That'd be a good read, won't it? Nice to hear from Suraj watching on from Perth in Western Australia. Question here from Ferrante is, we see CJ Amini get off the mark confidently into the offside. Are they playing on a used pitch? If so, how is the wear and tear? Would anything above 220 be a difficult chase?
Well, I don't think it'll be a difficult chase if the batters bat properly. Nepal has chased the highest target in the ODI for them earlier in the home series against Namibia. Nicely bowled again by Karan Casey. He's hitting the deck hard, trying to get that extra bounce off the wicket. If Nepal can restrict PNG under 250, it's a game on for Nepal. They can chase that down because of all the batters are in form. If one doesn't perform, the other does. If the other doesn't perform, the third person will perform. That is what these guys have doing so far.
Vala looks so determined, doesn't he, to dig in as the run's starting to come for him more fluently. Great messages from Bim Tawari watching on from Virginia in the United States of America. Momos and cricket, and he sent us a photo of what looks like a really good momo with that beautiful tomato sauce over the top. One request for you, Bim: send some up to the commentary box, get some up here to Kathmandu. The ones I love are the Kote momos, the sort of pan-fried ones. And you've got the steamed ones, and then you've got the deep-fried ones. Don't like them as much. Controlled hook shot from Amini. Which are your favourite, Paresh?
Obviously, steamed momos are my favourite. Talking about Karan Casey, he's bowling well in his third over, giving only 11 runs away. PNG has to rebuild now with the attempted Yorker, but straight to Devendra Singh at backward point after 15. PNG 53 for 3.
बोय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
Pick any holiday destination and we'll have an exciting trip organized for you. Choose from a plethora of exotic destinations to fulfill your cravings for rejuvenation and exploration.
Rupsey Holidays, crafting memorable vacations.
Cutting edge technology. Just Lidinsa, perfect bathroom experience. Bath Sense by Asian Paints. Engineered to delight.
So in Sydney, he says that Nepal are going to the qualifier in Zimbabwe. They're certain of it down there. Sunil Paudel watching on from Edmonton in Canada on ICC TV. Bishnu from Maryland. And Kirtan watching on Kantapur HD TV Live. About 20 kilometres east. There's some of the fans that are in today. And these three, believe it or not, have come in from Belgium. Three novice cricket fans have never watched a game live before, and I was taking my lap this morning, had a bit of a chat to them, was explaining the rules, and they're here doing a couple of months of voluntary work, and they're going to be here for all the action throughout the afternoon. And I took out my phone and showed them a few of the photos of the crowd yesterday, and you should have seen their faces. They could not believe that there was 15,000 people or so here yesterday, and they're enjoying the action, and they got one of the best seats in the house there. So a very good morning to our 3 distinguished guests coming in from Belgium and enjoying their first ever cricket match. Great to see.
Yeah, good to see the Belgium people here in Kirtipur ground. That's beaten the short fine down to the boundary line for 4 runs. Nicely swept away by Charles Amini.
Better from Amini. Amini got very bogged down in the first game between these two sides. Didn't sweep once and didn't use his feet once. And as a consequence, he was 14 off 43 and dismissed soon after. Better aggression. Gets his strike rate above 100. Gets a first boundary. Googly, I'm not sure Amini's picked it. And he's very nearly walked onto his own stumps. Lamachani's Googly proving a real weapon, a real threat around the wicket with that angle coming in and then turning away.
Yes, he looks very threatening today to the left-hander, especially coming around the wicket, ball angling into the left-hander and going away after pitching. A perfect delivery to Sesebao to get rid of him. That was a leg spinner. Turned a bit.
I'm liking the variation that Lamachani's providing. He's not bowling exclusively googlies, which sometimes he does to the left-handers. He's mixing it up with leg breaks and also changing his angle. He's now going to come over the wicket.
Yes, this is a good change by Lamachani. Again sweeping, but straight to 45 in the leg side. Only 4 runs of this over after 16. PNG 57 for 3.
Very impressive, the leg spinner in his return. He's hunting down that world record, the fastest ever to 100 ODI wickets. Well on track at the moment. Thuds into the pad, probably height the issue. Karen KC is getting extravagant movement from around the wicket, and he's causing Amini all sorts of problems.
Yes, this is the perfect line and length by Karan Casey. The ball darting in. Looks very, very close to me. But decision going against Karan Casey. There was a big appeal by him as well. Look at him. He's not believing that's not out.
That's close. That is really close. It's actually closer on second look than first. I thought height was going to be a bigger issue. I don't think it was. Might have been going on to maybe hit or clip the top of leg stump. Good movement and good pace. Karen KC really bending his back. He's got Amini in trouble here. Can he find a way past him? Amini takes a shuffle down the track because of that movement, and he doesn't want the second. He's happy for his captain to take strike. Just get one more look here.
Into the left-hander, but the decision going against Karan Casey. He's causing all sorts of trouble to Charles Amini, whereas Ashad Vala looks very comfortable on the crease.
Not the right line that time, and Vala gets enough of it to get it for 4. Good batting. Captain continues to impress, doesn't he? It's a boundary to close out the 17th over. 63 for 3. dipping and deceiving Hiri, giving him great joy and great delight. And then clever piece of bowling by Sampal Kami. In fact, that was Hiri, wasn't it? Kipling Dariga, the first wicket to fall. Hiri holding out down to Karen KC. And then the ball, maybe not just of the morning, the ball arguably of the series. Absolute delight. You know when a batter holds the shape of a forward defensive after the stroke and still doesn't quite know how he's been bowled, that it's a pretty good one. And Sandeep Lamachani keeps doing what he does, which is taking international wickets for Nepal. It's going to be Lalit Rajbanshi into the attack from the Chobar end of the ground. And he's going to come around the wicket, I suspect, to both of the left-handers. Interesting to see him brought in instead of Dipender Singh Airi.
Well, that's interesting, but he's a wicket-taking bowler, Lalit Narayan Rajbanshi. He took a maiden fifer yesterday, has already taken a wicket today. Rohit could have bought himself on. He bowls a decent off-spinners. Nicely bowled again, but nicely played by Ashad Vala, waiting for the ball, playing it late, right under his eyes. That's good batting by Vala.
Yeah, I think Rohit Paudil's part-time off breaks would have been a good option as well. Vala, to me, he looks ever so determined to make up for that first ball duck against the United Arab Emirates when young Ayan Khan cut him in half. Good stop off his own bowling by Lalit Rajbanshi. Great to see the horns in. Going to be a very noisy affair. Vala right now is just 75 runs shy of Gerhard Erasmus. Were he to get up to 96 today, he would go past him. He's got 2 games to do it to become the leading run scorer in Cricket World Cup League 2. He has been absolutely superlative for Papua New Guinea. Great leader as well.
Yes, he's on the second highest run getter in this ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. And these two batsmen are steadying the ship after losing that quick 3 wickets. Nicely bowled, slower through the air.
What will Nepal be comfortable chasing down? We've seen them do it tough at points in chases that varied between 280 and 220 in that first series. They won't want much more than 220.
Yeah, they'll be happy if they can restrict PNG under 230. Nicely bowled, going with the arm after 19. PNG 70 for 3. Two wickets. Gulshan Jha took a wicket as well. That was a sweet shot. That's another wicket for Lamachani. Lalit Narayan Rajbanshi, the catch taken by him. A much needed wicket. Here, Ashad Vala departs.
Huge wicket. Sandeep Lamachani does it yet again. Nudges ever closer to that record, becoming the fastest ever to 100 ODI wickets. It almost looks a certainty now, as Vala looks for the sweep, but he goes into the air, and all he does is pick out deep backward square leg. Who says leg spinners can't bowl to left-handers? Lamachani's seen the back of 2 of them, Bow and now Vala, who falls. He's gone for 20, and Papua New Guinea have found themselves in trouble. They're 70 for 4.
मेरो ग्लो हो मेरो पावर यसैले म गर्छु मेरो ग्लोको पावर अप हरेक दिन नयाँ लक्सको साथ ज्यास्मिनको सुगन्ध र बदामको तेलयुक्त चम्किलो त्वचाको लागि लक्स
केही फरक पर्दैन मैले सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ
यो उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Pick any holiday destination and we'll have an exciting trip organized for you. Choose from a plethora of exotic destinations to fulfill your cravings for rejuvenation and exploration.
Rupsey Holidays, crafting memorable vacations.
In the next 3 games to be the fastest ever 200 ODI wickets to go past Rashid Khan. As Riley Hakore comes out to the crease at number 6. They're going to hold Norman Vanua back. Big hitter, he'll have a big role to play, you'd expect. Thuds into the pad, that is close. Maybe the googly just turning and bouncing a little too much. And the umpire from Sri Lanka had a think about it. Ravindra Wimal Siri, and maybe just going to angle down, height an issue too.
Yes, that was angling down the leg side. A very good delivery to start off with to Hekure. That's a leg spinner. He was right on the block hole. Now Sandeep Lamichhane is charged up.
He really is. He is all over Papua New Guinea. You just wonder, could there be a collapse here? Amini's been in difficult form. Lamichhane's on fire. Hakore very much a all-rounder rather than out-and-out batter, as Irie can't pick up cleanly. It's a little bit of news from my end as well, Paresh. I've got to leave you at the end of this over. But I will be back, not today, but back for the 5th and 6th match in the series. Got to jump on a quick flight to Dhaka, going in there for the 3rd and final England-Bangladesh T20. So apologise for leaving you, but the good news is, as we take a look at that googly again, very close to that, maybe height an issue too. Going to have the expert thoughts of Paul Radley with you throughout the rest of today and for the morning session of the 5th game. I'm sorry to leave you, Paresh, but can you promise me one thing? Make sure Nepal keep winning somehow.
No worries, Lenny. We're going to miss you for a couple of days. Have a safe journey.
I'll be back soon, my friend, don't worry. As we close out the 20th over, I'll bid you farewell for the moment. I'll be watching and listening to you live on ICC TV from the air, no doubt. 20 overs got bowled, PNG 72 for 4.
XH Simplifying Technology.
हरेक दिन नयाँ लक्सको साथ ज्यास्मिनको सुगन्ध र बदामको तेलयुक्त चम्किलो त्वचाको लागि लक्स
Raj Bangshi to continue. I would like to welcome Paul Radley here in the commentary box. Welcome, Paul.
Thanks, Paris. Great to be here again. Although that said, I do feel like I have some pretty big shoes to fill. A bit of pressure on being in here after Lenny.
You don't have to worry about that. You'll do okay. Nicely bowled again, but straight to short mid. So what do you think about Nepal team performing so well, winning 9 out of 10 matches in this ICC Cricket World Cup League 2?
I think it's incredible, to be honest. I was talking to Lenny after play yesterday and he said it's virtually got the makings of a Netflix series. It's been such a startling couple of weeks for the team. I think what's particularly impressive is how every morning they come to the game and you wouldn't know they'd been on a great run. obviously they're confident, but they're not. They haven't, as far as I've seen so far at any stage in this run, and I've seen a lot of the games, they haven't been complacent at any point. They haven't turned up thinking, oh, we've got this in the bag because we've been so good. And I think that's been one of the real impressive features of the run.
Yes, they haven't been complacent in any stage throughout this series. Not only this series, the series when they started off back in February. They've won 4 out of 4 in the home series, 3 out of 4 in UAE, and 2 out of 4 here in the home series again. This is their 3rd game. Oh, that's a delivery that almost got Hekure. What a perfect delivery to ball to the right-hander.
And also another thing Lenny pointed out was how so many players have made contributions. Radbanshi yesterday was, well, I mean, it wasn't the most difficult opposition that they were facing, but Rajbanshi was brilliant yesterday.
I don't know what Hekure was trying to do there. If the ball went with the arm, there was a slips as well, but he tried to play a late cut. The ball coming in.
Yeah, that's a risky ploy, I think, to left arm spinner, that one.
Very nice to bowl. Only a single off this over after 21. PNG 73 for 4.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Lifebuoy hand wash ले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Sandeep to continue. There's a sweep shot, but there's a fielder at backward square leg boundary. Just a single to Amini. And talking about UAE, Paul, what went wrong for them? They were sitting very pretty on the 4th position, on the 5th rather.
Yeah, I think a quicker answer would be what's gone right, and the answer to that would be absolutely nothing. They've been abysmal for a little while now. One crucial part of it might have been last August. They made the quite controversial decision to change their captain, Ahmed Raza, when things in the 50 over game hadn't been particularly consistent till that point. Googly again from Lamachane. But they hadn't been exactly disastrous to that point, and I think in a lot of the time since, I think it qualifies. Like in yesterday's game, some of the Nepal fans were singing 97 PNG from the bank, recollecting the collapse they had last week, and yesterday they didn't even make it that far, playing against obviously an absolutely thriving Nepal side, but there's so many problems in the UAE lineup at the moment that it's difficult to put your finger on one thing in particular.
Oh, that was nice deliveries, but straight on the pads. Now they need a good partnership to steady the ship again. Nepal taking wickets in regular intervals. Talking about Sandeep Lamachane. I think, was that a drop catch? I don't think so. I think it bounced in front of him. We'll have to see the replay. I think Hekure is just wants to get Sandeep Lamachane out of the park. Oh, was it a catch? It's very difficult to see.
I think you're right. Looking at Hekure, very good bowling from Lamachane. Quicker ball.
Yes, this is what he bowls to the left-hander. If you remember, Paul, in the match against Scotland, the last game in...
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड। यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला।
Lalit pulls out of his run-up. I don't think he tripped the ball very properly there. A 20-year-old captain for Nepal, Rohit Pordel. What do you think of his batting yesterday? He batted so well. They were in deep trouble, winning the toss and batting first.
Yeah, well, I thought he was spectacularly good yesterday. In actual fact, at the post-match, he obviously won the Player of the Match award and was trying to talk himself down and say the bowler that's bowling at the moment, Ladi Rabanchi, should have got it because he obviously took a lot of wickets. But I definitely thought the seminal player in yesterday's game was Rohit, the captain. It was an absolutely brilliant knock and it was crucial at the time.
And nicely done by Amini, down the ground for a single.
And it's not the first time he's played an innings like that in this brilliant run that Nepal have been on. I was wondering whether yesterday's match, I mean, it might not have been, but I thought it was a terrific innings. It might not have been quite the match for the innings he played against Scotland in the chase in the last match of that series. That was fantastic too. He's obviously, his game is in good working order, I think, the captain.
He has been a very proactive captain as well. He manoeuvres his bowlers around very nicely. Oh, nicely bowled. If there was a bat involved, if not, I think that was plumb in front.
Yeah, the bat in question has taken a bit of a battering there. Massive piece of it splintered off as he's playing that sweep shot. He's going to need a replacement. Riley Hikuri's been swinging hard at everything. Got a little bit of bat on that one. And a little bit of bat went flying off it too.
Yes, I don't know. Is there a bat coming in? The replacement, yes, there is. And Sandeep Lamachani, they're just checking the bat for Hekure. Sandeep Lamachani has been good with the bat as well, particularly in UAE, that he scored 35 not out to chase that target.
Yeah, that was a pivotal innings. And that's fact, a couple of times Sandeep Lamachani has been promoted a little higher in the order than I thought would be his natural position. But that innings you mentioned, I thought he was promoted a little higher than, there were good batters below him. But it worked perfectly. Like you said, it was a vital innings at the time, turned the game around and ended up beating the UAE in that game. So yeah, he has done well with the bat. I remember years ago when Sandeep just first came in the side, obviously he was number 11, very young lad at that time. I was asking Paras Kapka, the then captain, about it, and he said Sandeep takes his batting very seriously, he's very focused on it, and it just goes to show the improvement he's made over the years, because he's made some important contributions with the bat of late.
Yes, it's very good to see that bowlers are doing good with the bat as well. We can see Sompal Kami, he can bat as well. Karan Casey, a big hitter of the ball. Even Arif Sheikh, he's a very good all-rounder, batting all-rounder. We haven't seen him bowl yet in this series.
Yeah, he bowled well in the UAE at times as well, coming on later in the innings, just making sure that no progress could be made.
Easy dismissal, soft dismissal, I must say. Yet again down. Beautiful bowling by Lalit Naran Rajbanshi. And look at Devendra Singh, just having a word with him. Pat on the back. Hickory has to depart.
Yeah, you called it. Soft shot. He's been looking like he's been itching to get moving, Riley Hickory, all through this innings. He's played a few shots that have been questionable, and this time can only chip it back to Lalit, who picks up another wicket. He's having a great couple of days, and Hikuri has to go 4 from 13 deliveries.
Yes, PNG in a spot of bowler here, half the side, already back in the pavilion in the 23rd over, 79 for 5.
प्रस्तुत छ बाथ सेन्स बाई एसियन पेन्ट्स कटिङ एज टेक्नोलोजी जसले दिन्छ पर्फेक्ट बाथरुम एक्सपिरियन्स इन एभ्री वे बाथ सेन्स बाई एसियन पेन्ट्स engineered to delight.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Today, 71 all out UAE. 5 wickets for this man. Oh, nicely bowled again. Slow through the air. Almost beating Soper after 23 PNG, 79 for 5.
Cutting edge technology जसले दिन्छ perfect bathroom experience in every way. Bath Sense by Asian Paints, engineered to delight.
Nicely swept, but there's a fielder there. Yet another wicket for Lamichhani. They are rattling PNG at the moment. Look at Lamichhani. Look at his celebration. 3 for Lamichhani now.
Charles, I mean, it's that sweep shot that has been successful for him. Flirted with danger a couple of times, but this time gets a top edge out to the deep backward square leg fielder. Lamichhani, look at those figures. 3 for 16. And Amini immediately after, 2 balls after Riley Hikore departed, they needed a partnership. And Amini, who had been looking good, has to go for 16 from 28.
Yes, that was a very good delivery, and I think that was a poor shot considering that Hikore just got out. Well, PNG in deep trouble now, 79 for 6.
XH Simplifying Technology.
Litmus cable quality ma number 1 huneko raj ho advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality ma number 1.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
मेरो ग्लो हो मेरो पावर, यसैले म गर्छु मेरो ग्लो को पावर अप हरेक दिन नयाँ लक्सको साथ। ज्यास्मिनको सुगन्ध र बदामको तेलयुक्त चम्किलो त्वचाको लागि लक्स।
Norman Vanua, the new man in at number 8. PNG in all sorts of trouble, Paul.
Yeah, just what they didn't need. 2 quick wickets. In actual fact, I thought that they had put up some pretty good resistance against a Nepal side who are absolutely flying at the moment. I didn't think that this PNG side aren't easy beats, but Nepal are doing so well here. One thing I would say is that Vanua can, as we've seen already here, can be a dangerous player down the order. So Nepal, the game is on still here. Even though clearly they're a long way ahead of the game at the moment, this is, I think it's been a very, very good performance. Noticeably from the first, in fact I think it was the 3rd over, brilliant bit of fielding by Dipendra Singh Ari, and then an excellent one by Karen Casey on the boundary just showed that Nepal are completely keyed in and focused on their task. So it's proved.
This is interesting move by Sandeep Laiminchani coming around the wicket to the right-hander. I think he just wants to change his angle now, coming again over the wicket. I think he's playing with batsman's mind here. That was a googly again, very well bowled, a perfect line and length for the googly.
Fantastic stuff this over, like you said, trying a bit of everything.
Oh, the leg spinner, a slower through the air, try to go for the dream delivery, pitching outside leg stump. It's a wicket maiden for him. After 24, PNG 79 for 6.
छिटो भनेकै वर्ल्ड्स लिंक
Overs 12 for 2, his figures, a very good one. Still there's a sip on the 25th over because 6 wickets are already down for PNG. Nicely bowled, slower through the air, a bit full. He should get his length a bit shorter. Well, two batters are not yet to open their accounts, Soper and Vanua. This is where Nepali bowlers should cash in, go for the kill. Oh, nicely bowled again. Look at that loop he's getting. Soper coming down the track, opens his account with a single. Bhim Sharkey, the fielder there. And talk about Nepal's fielding. We've seen Divyendra Singh Aidi live wire in the field. Rohit Paudel is also quick. Even Sompal Kami, the fast bowler, he's a very good athlete as well. Karan Casey, the senior pro of the team. You can see Bhim Sharkey, he's also known as the Jaunty Rhodes of Nepal. What do you think about the fielding, Paul?
Well, yeah, I would referenced earlier on that third over, Sampal Kami's second over, the two outstanding bits of fielding in that innings, and it reminded me of something former UAE coach told me once. Just see this delivery from Rajbanshi. Yeah, there was a game in Dubai at the ICC Academy. If anything, the standards have gone up, to be honest, from what I've seen, certainly over the past couple of days.
Yes, after 25, PNG 80 for 6. Look at the batting card, a very sorry looking batting card for PNG. Sandeep Laiminchani with his 7th over of the innings from the pavilion end. He's already taken 3 wickets. I think he needs another 4 wickets for the fastest ODI. That record is now with Rashid Khan, the bowler from Afghanistan, the leg spinner as well. He broke that record of Mitchell Starc in ODIs to get the fastest 100 wickets. Nicely bowled, nicely played, but straight to the fielder, Rohit Paudel. They're talking about it is close, but I think that was missing leg stump. We could see 3 whole stumps.
And wicketkeeper heading in that direction too, so perhaps that was a clue as to where that was going.
Sandeep Lamishani trying to... it is close, but I think that... And like you clearly pointed that Asif Sheikh, the keeper, going towards the leg stump as well. That was a very sharp delivery by Sandeep Lamishani. Almost got another wicket, getting closer to the fastest ODI 100 wickets. Sandeep Lamishani, what an asset for Nepal cricket he has been. Nicely bowled again, but couldn't stop the single.
Good cricket from Soper there, just getting off strike. I think Chad Soper's quite well practiced. Unfortunately for PNG, over the course of this competition, they've had their struggle, and he's quite well practiced at coming in a position like this. Excellent probing bowling from Lamachane. So good to watch.
Only a single of this over. PNG 81 for 6.
केही फरक पर्दैन मैले सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ
यो उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
The youngest pair to have scored 50 in a very quick time, Kushal Malla. He's 19 now. A very young side, Nepal. The average age is 22. So what do you think about it? Young age, the captain is just 20 years of age, Rohit Paudel.
Amazing, 22 for the average age. Incredible, really. I think I remember being at Kushal Malla when he broke that record as the youngest. I think, was the record youngest player to score a half century?
It was the fastest half century,
Okay,
youngest
right.
player.
Yeah. Yeah, prodigious talent, it must be said. Particularly enjoyable with the bat. But his bowling is an asset too.
Soper coming down the track, nicely driven down the ground for a single. PNG in deep trouble, losing 6 wickets inside 30 overs. Now Nepal should go for the kill attack. I think there should be a slip there for Kushal Malla as well. Straight to Dipender Singh Aire. Talking about Kushal Malla, what an asset he also has been for Nepal cricket. Leading edge, straight to Dipender Singh Aire. Yet another wicket gone for PNG. Kushal Malla strikes in his first over.
Another limp dismissal, easy giveaway by the dangerous Mohammad Vanua. Chipped up. Wasn't a real gimme of a catch, but when you're as good as Dipender Singh Aire, that is that.
Straight to Dipender Singh Aire, yet another wicket.
Then easy catch to Dipender Singh Aire. He will never drop those. Vanua gone for a nut. PNG 82 for 7.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Goodwill Finance. Financing for success since 1995.
Cutting-edge technology जसले दिन्छ perfect bathroom experience. Bath Sense by Asian Paints, engineered to delight.
In his first over, whatever Rohit Patel touches, it's turning out to be gold here at the moment. Nicely played off his pads for a single. I think it's Hilavari, the new batter. Yes, it is. I still want a slip for Kushal Malla, Paul, because you have to go for the kill now.
Yeah, totally right. There's no reason why not to have one in, I don't think.
That's nicely played down the ground by Chad Soper. Only 3 runs off this over after 27, PNG 83 was 7.
XH Simplifying Technology. यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला. यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
Pick any holiday destination and we'll have an exciting trip organized for you. Choose from a plethora of exotic destinations to fulfill your cravings for rejuvenation and exploration.
Rupsey Holidays, crafting memorable vacations.
The highest run getter for PNG is Fala in this innings. Amini 16.
I think this is a risky shot, this one. Lovely bit of bowling again from Lamachane. He's been weaving a web so far, 3 for 17 into his 8th over.
Coming down the track, nicely driven but straight to the fielder. He's bowling googlies at the moment. The first 2 balls was a googly. I think he will use a leg spin to deceive Chad Soper. The next ball. Nicely driven down the ground for a single. Chad Soper now. Hilavari is on strike.
Yeah, you called it, Paris. That was the leg break, just as you'd predicted. Soper did well. Leading edge. Chipped up a soft dismissal, really. Not something you'd expect from Vanert. Usually he really goes at it, but that time just a soft giveaway.
Yes, again coming round the wicket, Lamachani to the left-hander. He's toying with the batting here. He's playing his mind games. It's good to see that he's changing his angle. He bowled over the wicket to Asad Vala and round the wicket. Almost carried to Bhim Sarki there at mid-wicket. What a spell he's having, Sandeep Lamachani. Exceptional Lamachani. Only a run of this over.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
first over. I still cannot see the slips there. Two new batsmen there in deep trouble, PNG. As they go to Zimbabwe to play against 4 test sides, how do you see they're going to perform in Zimbabwe after this ball?
Well, if they retain anything like the confidence they've built up over the course of these matches, then those test sides, who probably won't be paying too much of a thought to Nepal, to be quite honest, coming into that competition, I think they'll be risking an upset. If they can keep playing like this, then I think they're a challenge for anybody, to be honest.
Just teasing the batsman with that air, Kushal Malla. Slow passage of play for PNG. Nicely bowled, but nicely swept, but straight to Karan Casey, the fielder at 45. We can see a slip for Hilavare, but no slip for Soper. Being a left-arm orthodox, you should keep a slip for the right-hander.
It is strange, isn't it? It's a complete counterintuitive, really.
A quick single take. Oh! He jumped. There's no peel. There's an overthrow. It'll be very interesting to see. I don't know why he jumped. It was an evasive action for the batter there. Only 3 runs off this over. After 29, PNG 88.
Almost carried.
नेपाल वायु सेवा निगम राष्ट्रिय ध्वजावाहक.
Probably saying that be alert, catch is coming on your way. Nicely bowled, slower through the air. There was a leg spinner. He needs 5 more wickets. Oh, nicely bowled again. That was a googly. He's mixing his variation. So, Paul, what did you think about the crowd yesterday?
The crowd yesterday was something else. Obviously well used to seeing large crowds at this ground, so that wasn't unusual, but what I really did enjoy about yesterday's game was how keyed in to the play they were. They felt absolutely everything that happened from the moment that Rahan Mustafa and Rohit Paudel had their altercation.
Did that get the edge of the bat? It's running down to the boundary. Yes, it did. Tried a reverse sweep by Hilavare.
Yeah, it's actually quite sound thinking in this shot. If this is a shot that Hilavare is well practiced and is used to playing, then there's a gap over backward point and behind backward point. So if he'd have executed the shot correctly, then there'd have been 4. In the end, there was 4 anyway. Perhaps not the way he was planning to get it. Off the top edge instead.
cleaned him up. Sandeep Lamachani takes his 4. That was a leg spinner. Beautiful delivery by Sandeep Lamachani. Hilavari got a 4. Lucky got it top edge to the boundary. The next ball is cleaned up by Sandeep Lamachani.
Just too good, I think, to be honest.
Clean him up. Sandeep Lamachani takes his 4.
Which allows enough room for the ball to get through. Brilliant bowling though by Lamachani, and Vari has to go for 7 from the 9 deliveries.
Yes, PNG in dire straits now, 93 for 8.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
तपाईको कपालमा कसको हुकुम चल्छ? स्प्लिट एन्ड्सको जेट या हेयर फलको फैसला? हेयर प्रब्लम्स मतलब हेयर ड्यामेज। डभको 1/4 मोइस्चराइजिङ मिल्क र केराटिन एक्टिभ्सले कपाललाई भित्रैदेखि रिपेयर गर्छ। अब सुन्दर लहलहाउँदो कपाल जसमा चल्छ केवल तपाईको मर्जी। डभ।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
With PNG staring down the barrel here. 93 for 8 now. Pretty good delivery from a leg spinner to a left-handed batter, that one. Lamachani, too good. And he's just a wicket away now from a fifer. Kabir Maria not hanging around. It was full enough. He has a big drive at that first delivery. Gets off strike, or keeps the strike in actual fact. Last ball of the over. PNG 94 for 8 after 30 now.
Such a perfect delivery. Nicely bowled Kushal Malla, slower through the air. There's no much of turn for the left arm orthodox, but he's bowling stump to stump. If the batsman misses, he's a candidate of LBW. I don't think we're going to see a crowd as big as yesterday today, Paul, but they are quite in numbers today as well.
Yeah, it's good. I think they're running out of time, aren't they, to get here? The way Nepal are racing through this PNG lineup.
Yet another wicket for Kushal Malla. Moria just trying to hit it that out of the park. Got the bottom of the bat. Easy catch for the fielder there, Bhim Sarki. He doesn't drop those. He's the jaunty roads of Nepal.
The Nepal crowd and they enjoyed that. Right, has to go.
Yes, PNG 94 for 9 now, just 1 wicket away to get UAE under 100 runs. Moria gone for 1.
प्रस्तुत छ Bath Sense by Asian Paints. Cutting edge technology. Just lidinsa perfect bathroom experience. In every way. Bath Sense by Asian Paints. Engineered to delight.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Financing for success since 1995.
Batter. His teammates enjoy watching Khmer bat. It's not all orthodox. Restrains himself on that delivery.
Yeah, Kushal Malla just enticing Khmer to go over the top, bowling it very slow and very wide off stump. Oh, beaten outside off stump. Yes, I think you're right, Paul. He's perfect number 11. Seems like that. Nicely defended on the front foot. A wicket taking over. A wicket maiden for Kushal Malla after 31. PNG 94 for 9.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality ma number 1 huneko raj ho, advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality ma number 1.
7 of 22 for him. Still 19 overs to go, but it's all about one ball for Nepal. Nicely bowled leg spinner by Sandeep Lamichhane. You can see the drift, dip and a little slight turn.
Yeah, PNG obviously in a pretty perilous position here. If they can eke out anything, it's all on Chad Soper, which is why he's actually sent back the number 11, and he's going to retain strike rather than take a single there.
Yes, this was a bit shorter by Sandeep Lamichhane. A long hop, didn't capitalize on that. Chad Soper didn't take a run. A perfect leg spinner again, a quicker through the air this one. Now he's eyeing for the googly now. He's lining up the batsman with 3 leg spinners and a googly. Nicely played by Chad Soper. Played it late, that is why he got the bat nicely on time. 2 deliveries remaining for Sandeep Lamichhane to take a wicket. Coming down the ground. Nicely played towards long on for a single. Taking the single on the last ball. Can Lamichhane produce a wicket here? Can Lamichhane get a fifer? The last ball of his spell. I think Captain Rohit Paudel and Lamichhane just delaying the time here. I think they are playing a mind game with Khmer, the number 11 batsman for PNG. And look at the field, there's attacking a slip, a leg slip. There are 2 slips now and a leg slip. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. Attacking field for Lamichhane, the last ball of his spell. Out! That's fifer for Lamichhane. Clean him up with a leg spinner. I don't know what Khmer was trying to do there. I think he closed his eyes and just swung the bat. PNG 95 all out. What a toss to win, and deciding to field first Rohit Paudel, Lami Chani, the pick of the bowlers for Nepal, 25 for 5 in 10 overs.
Yeah, Chad Soper left number 11 come out. One delivery to face in this over, and it was one delivery too many.
Look at him, Lami Chani, he's just kissing the turf there. 5-wicket haul. Applauds the spectators, thanks the spectators for their support. What a clinical performance by Nepal, took by the home side Nepal. This is brilliant performance by Nepal, Paul.
Yeah, they were on it from ball one today. Absolutely sparkling in the field, and then their king. Well, they might be.
Look at Lami Chani, he's taking the ball that he took 5 wickets with and applauding the spectators there. Not in numbers by any means from yesterday, but there are some spectators around. Look at this, 95 all out PNG. I think we'll have a very short day today in the comment box as well, Paul.
Yep, should be a short one. Nepal, the home team, you'd think must be able to get the job done from here, and then there's just that one more box to tick to complete the most unbelievable turnaround in this competition. Still, they've done half the job today. Be back soon to try and complete the full job.
Yes, it's all started from the second over when Lalit Narayan Rajbangshi took that wicket off Durega, cleaned him up with a perfect left arm orthodox. And after that, PNG didn't look very bright, losing their wickets in regular intervals, and Sandeep Lami Chani finishing off, going for the kill and getting his fifer today. We'll take a short break here in the comment box. We'll come to you with live actions of the chase. Stay tuned.
Lifebuoy ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। World's #1 selling germ protection soap brand.
Cutting edge technology जसले दिन्छ perfect bathroom experience. Bath Sense by Asian Paints, engineered to delight.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
मेरो ग्लो हो मेरो पावर, यसैले म गर्छु मेरो ग्लो को पावर अप हरेक दिन नयाँ लक्स को साथ। जैस्मिन को सुगन्ध र बदाम को तेल युक्त चम्किलो त्वचाको लागि लक्स।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination. Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
गुडविलमै छ विश्वास जनताको, गुडविलमै हो साथी सफलताको।
Goodwill Finance, financing for success since 1995.
प्रस्तुत छ बाथ सेन्स बाई एसियन पेन्ट्स, कटिङ एज टेक्नोलोजी जसले दिन्छ पर्फेक्ट बाथरुम एक्सपिरियन्स इन एभ्री वे। बाथ सेन्स बाई एसियन पेन्ट्स, engineered to delight.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
बैंकको धन सकिनेछ। केही फरक पर्दैन। मैले सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु, जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ।
उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ।
जहाँ सक्दछन् त्यही भरोसा, भरोसा छ हाम्रो हुन्छन् अवश्य पुरा। जीवनका अनेक उत्सवमा सपनाहरू जोड्दै मनका हरेक तारमा, जोड्दै मनको तार, जोड्दै मनको तार।
छिटो भनेकै वर्ल्ड लिंक।
तपाईको कपालमा कसको हुकुम चल्छ? स्प्लिटेन्सको जेट या हेयर फलको फैसला? हेयर प्रब्लम्स मतलब हेयर ड्यामेज। डभको 1/4 मोइस्चराइजिङ मिल्क र केराटिन एक्टिभ्सले कपाललाई भित्रैदेखि रिपेयर गर्छ। अब सुन्दर लहलहाउँदो कपाल जसमा चल्छ केवल तपाईको मर्जी। डभ।
Congestion ahead. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
XH simplifying technology.
Pick any holiday destination and we'll have an exciting trip organized for you. Choose from a plethora of exotic destinations to fulfill your cravings for rejuvenation and exploration.
Rupsey Holidays, crafting memorable vacations.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
मेरो ग्लो हो मेरो पावर, यसैले म गर्छु मेरो ग्लोको पावर अप हरेक दिन नयाँ लक्सको साथ। ज्यास्मिनको सुगन्ध र बदामको तेलयुक्त चम्किलो त्वचाको लागि लक्स।
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
यही पहिचान यो देशको, यही आयाम यो राष्ट्रको, संवाहक हो यो शान्तिको, चिनारी हो यो नेपालीको, पाइला उन्नतिको, गर्व यो देशको, गौरव नेपालीको, प्रतीक यो शान्तिको।
नेपाल वायु सेवा निगम राष्ट्रिय ध्वजावाहक।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह। लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड।
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Presented by Bajaj Pulsar, official Hyzon partner Lifebuoy, powered by Goodwill Finance Limited, financing for success since 1995. Asian Paints, Life Insurance partner Citizen Life Insurance, समृद्धि तपाईको साथ हाम्रो. Travel partner Rupsi Holidays, crafting memorable vacations. Supported by WordLink, छिटो भनेकै WordLink. KFC, AT Carpet, Carpet को सहनशाह. XA's Simplifying Technology, marketed by Media Sense Private Limited.
ब्रेकमा विश्व क्रिकेट लिग 2 अन्तर्गत नेपाल र पपुवा न्यू गिनी बीचको खेल भइरहेको छ कीर्तिपुर स्थित टियु स्टेडियममा र अहिले एकदमै चर्को घाम छ यहाँ र त्यसैगरी नेपालको बलिङ पनि पीएनजी को लागि निकै नै चर्को पर्यो नेपालले टस जितेर पहिला फिल्डिङ गर्ने निर्णय गरेको थियो र रोहित पौडेल फेरि एकपटक भाग्यमानी भए टसमा उनले फिल्डिङ गर्ने निर्णय लिएका थिए र त्यो एकदमै सही साबित भएको छ र नेपालले पीएनजीलाई 32 ओभरमा 95 रनमा अल आउट गरेको छ पीएनजी का कुनै पनि ब्याटर लामो समय क्रिजमा टिक्न सकेनन् र बलिङ साइडमा स्पिनर सन्दीप लामिछानेको प्रदर्शन उच्च रह्यो उनले 5 विकेट लिए यो सँगै उनले तेस्रो पटक ओडीआईमा 5 विकेट लिएका हुन् त्यसैगरी ललित राजवंशीले पनि 2 विकेट लिए कुशल मल्ल र सोम्पा कामीले एक विकेट हात पारे भने बलिङ ब्याटिङ साइडमा सबैभन्दा आशाद भालाको 20 रन नै इनिङ्सको पीएनजी को इनिङ्सको सर्वाधिक रन बन्न पुग्यो ओभरअल पहिलो इनिङ्स कस्तो रह्यो नेपालले 96 रनको एकदमै झिनो लक्ष्य पाएको छ हामीसँग गेस्ट हुनुहुन्छ जगत टमाटा स्वागत छ फेरि यहाँलाई
धन्यवाद छ
हामीले बिहान प्री म्याच कन्भर्सेसनमा भनेका थियौं यो टियुको विकेटमा स्पिनर सावी हुन्छन् त्यसैगरी नेपालले टस जित्यो भने पनि बलिङै लिन्छ होला भनेर अनुमान पनि गरेका थियौं यतिको गेम यसरी कोल्याप्स हुन्छ भन्ने थियो यहाँलाई
अनि मैले भने नि यस विकेट्स बिहान चाहिँ नमी थियो अनि माथि 2 विकेट्स पाउँछु भनेपछि त्यहाँ पावर प्लेमा त्यो जुन हाम्रो स्पिन अट्याक छ एकदमै क्वालिटी स्पिन अट्याक छ हैन जुन पनि जस्तो लेग स्पिनर हामीसँग अर्थोडक्स स्पिनर छ
right on the money. Dot balls, and nicely bowled again, but nicely played by Kushal Bhurtel, off the mark with a single.
Yeah, nice solid punch down the ground. Nothing too fancy, but gets the scoreboard moving for Nepal. Good cricket.
Yeah, Nepal, they've dominated while fielding. Now they want to dominate in batting as well. Required rate just 1.92. Very, very low total for PNG. Nicely bowled again by Charles Amini. Forward defensive by Asif Sheikh. A very long hop. A first boundary for Asif Sheikh and for Nepal. That was a poor delivery by Charles Amini. A long hop down to the leg side. Nicely pulled away by Asif Sheikh. Controlled pull. Second new ball rather from the Chobar end. With the second over of the innings, Nepal off to a good start, chasing a mere total of 96. Kushal Bhurtel on strike. Nicely driven down at cover point for a boundary. What a start by Nepal. That was in complete control by Bhurtel. A nice
start to the chase has brought some noise from another appreciable crowd here at TU.
And nicely clipped off his pads, but straight to square leg. Immediately after the first ball was hit for a 4, Maria changes his angle, coming round the wicket to the right-hander, bowling into the body of Kushal Bhurtel.
Stop!
Pulled away down to fine leg. Oh, there's a misfield again by Chad Soper. Yet another boundary for Kushal Bhurtel and Nepal.
Yeah, this has been a very tatty. It did bobble a little bit just in front of Chad Soper, but as you could see, he was disappointed with himself. They didn't keep that in play, that ball.
Oh, inside edge, a slower delivery by Maria there. 2 boundaries of this over so far. The second boundary courtesy of a misfield by Soper. Nepal off to a good start. Driven up in the air, but there's another misfield. I think the ball turned on him after bouncing. 2 runs taken by Kushal Bhurtel. Everything happening here in TU cricket ground.
Yeah, Rahil Hikure, that was a point. It's
Stop! Go, Kati!
No ball. And going to the boundary line at mid-wicket region for 4 runs. It's a free hit for Kushal Bhurtel. Overstepped by Maria there.
Yeah, you said before. Onto the total.
Flying start for Nepal, and look at the spectators there, the cricket fans, the cricket lovers. Free hit. Where will Bhurtel go? What kind of a ball does Maria bowl? Bhurtel taking his time. "15 runs of this over so far. Still a ball remaining. It's a free hit. Oh, that's another full toss, a beamer. It doesn't matter if it's a drop or not. Downwards down to the boundary at backward square leg. Another 5 runs here in the total. Everything happening here.
Well, I described at the start of this over as PNG's start. Runs away for 4 as well, so another 5 runs onto the total, and another freebie coming up here. What a start for Maria.
20 runs of this over so far. I think that he tried a Yorker there, but the ball slipped off his hand. It was bowled as a beamer, a full toss on the shoulder height. Lucky Kushal Bhurtel didn't get hit. He played with a bat. Yet another free hit. Massive shot by Kushal Bhurtel into the grass banks for a maximum. 26 runs off the over.
Well, this isn't going to be a long chase. Wasn't even going to be before that over, but 26. Crowd enjoyed that. They're enjoying everything they're seeing today.
What a massive over. That 26 runs coming off the second over of the innings. 31 in 2 overs. Sweep shot. Yet another boundary at long leg region by Asif Sheikh. Nepal just toying with the PNG bowlers here. Only 61 required of 287 deliveries. Can you imagine this? But couldn't beat the short third fielder. A rare dot ball today in Nepal's batting innings.
Just trying to find some stats on fastest finishes. I don't think they're going to be putting under threat. Yeah, a record Nepal have already set in this competition against the USA at this ground. It's not really quite such a quick game this time, but still they're racing towards the finish line here by the looks of things.
Yeah, that was another long hop by Charles Amini, but lucky it went straight to the field. Again, a short ball, equally well dealt by Asif Sheikh for a boundary at long leg region. Well, Nepali batters off to a flying start.
To Nepal, absolutely racing away with this.
That's played off the back foot, nicely, watchfully played by Asif Sheikh. Now PNG, they need to do something about this run feast from Nepal. 39 already on the third over. Nicely cut away. Yet another boundary for Asif Sheikh. 3 boundaries in this over. What a chase this had come by the Nepali batters.
And exactly as you just said, textbook cut. Goes to the rope. Wow, 43.
छिटो भनेकै वर्ल्ड्स लिंक
2 extras. What a shot! What a beautiful shot! Clipped it off his pads and goes for yet another maximum.
This is unbelievable stuff. This is
That was not hit very hard. The timing was immaculate by Kushal Bhurtel. Moves to 31 of just 12 deliveries. Well, Nepal just dominating PNG bowlers right from the onslaught.
I think he's having a drink there. Just have something to do, to be honest, because they haven't worked up any reason to have a drink so far. 3.1 overs. Been absolutely... This is extraordinary stuff, really.
Only 47 more required of 281 balls. Nicely played, nicely guided down to third man. They're looking for 2. Good understanding, and 50 is up inside 4 overs.
Incredible hearing that. 3.2 overs on the board. Nepal 51 for no loss. Absolute steamrolling.
The Nepali batters are playing as if it's a 6-a-side game. Playing across the line. I thought there was an inside edge, but umpire didn't think so. I think that was adjacent. Came across the stumps, tried to repeat the dose that he hit for a 6 in the first ball, but was unable to.
I think that's fair enough. Didn't need to play that shot, of course he didn't. The team were flying, but he was in the mood. No great loss. He'd given his team a great start in the chase. Shame he has to go. It's an exciting start. Can confirm that's not Sema Khmer walking off.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस। यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ। वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड। यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Nicely played towards cover point. Well, Chad Soper taking the important wicket of Kushal Bhutel, who was going very good. Couple of sixes. As the third man comes inside the circle. Behind that ball nicely, Kushal Malla. After the 6 and a 2, 3 dot balls and a wicket for Chad Soper.
Yeah, Chad Soper is the fun police at the moment. Enjoying that till then, but this is exactly what he does for his team. He usually puts the brakes on the scoring rate.
Nicely bowled again into the left-hander. 8 runs and a wicket off his first over. Chad Soper, Nepal 51 for 1. From the pavilion end with the 5th over of the innings, Nepal off to a flying start. 51 for 1, lost Kushal Bhutel. He was in that mood of scoring runs at will. That is what he did in the initial stages. I think he wanted to finish it off as quick as possible to go and have a rest at back to the hotel. The Asif Sheikh on strike. He's a very smart campaigner, Asad Bala. Nicely driven down the ground for a single. Again, Kamiya there, a little fumble, but such kind of a start in the past.
Yeah, I just try to wrap my brains actually to try and think of something. England in a World Cup game got battered by New Zealand. I think it was in Wellington. That's the only thing that rings a bell. Brendan McCullum's team 2015. The only thing similar to this. Got run through, bowled out very, very cheaply, and then obviously, as was Brendan McCullum's wont, just went after it from ball one.
What a big hit! Way to the KFC pavilion. I think there's a catch taken by the spectator. Yes, it is. Yes, look at them. Look at the joy. Look at the dancing. Look at them. What a 6 hit. Hit it straight towards the side screen. Kamiya on pursuit, but couldn't make it. Oh, almost a collision there between two fielders. Another boundary for Kushal Malla. Back to back, a 6 and a 4.
Just he still went chasing after that one.
Nicely played off his pads by Kushal Malla for a single. Well, Nepal are running away with this game, and in a very quick. "12 runs of 5 balls off Ashad Waller's first over." Nicely defended. "33 more required." 63 for 1 after 5. Over 12 runs per over. Nicely bowled by Soper. He's the only bowler who's gone under 10 runs per over so far.
Stop!
Nicely clipped away off his pads. Kushal Malla didn't get the gap, straight to square leg. This is good bowling by Chad Soper. Right onto the stumps, not giving too much of room, and the length is also right, back of the length. PNG playing for their pride.
Yes, you asked before if I've ever seen anything like this. One game that it reminded me of was World Cup between England and New Zealand in Wellington, where England were bowled out for 123, so not a totally dissimilar total to what PNG made. And New Zealand chased it in 12 and a half overs. Perhaps Nepal will go even slightly quicker than that today.
Nicely driven, but nice fielding there. Tumbling fielding effort by the fielder. 4-dot balls, that is what was needed by PNG. The ball was going all along the air, all along the ground for the first 5 overs. Tried to heave that over mid-wicket, but got the inner half of the bat single taken down to long on. Kushal Malla, he'll be facing Chad Soper now. Asif Sheikh, 17 of 11. Nicely driven down the ground. A little fumble, but no harm done. 2 runs off this Chad Soper over. After 6, Nepal 65 for 1.
केही फरक पर्दैन। मैले सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु, जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ।
उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ।
You've reached your destination.
Into the attack from the pavilion with the 7th over of the innings. Only 31 more required for the victory for Nepal. Yet another, it'll be 9 out of 10 for Nepal. Oh, what a 6, what a hit by Asif Sheikh towards the VIP area.
This is glorious. You said it earlier on about Patel hitting the ball in a similar direction. Just
through as well. It was pure timing by Asif Sheikh. Nicely bowled to his pads. Lucky that was not hit for another 6. Everything cut out for PNG. 25 more required. Are they going to finish it under 10 overs? Nicely pulled away down to long leg. Another boundary for Asif Sheikh. Well, they are dealing in boundaries at the moment. The Nepali batters moves to 24 of just 13 deliveries.
Domination from Nepal, 2 days running.
Another flick hit. Keep fielder going on. Oh, stops. Oh, couldn't make it. A valiant effort by Kamia there. Even though there's only 25 required, they're still putting on some effort there. Kamia. Driven straight down the ground. There's a fielder at long on. Cuts it away. Just a single. Everything again happening here. "15 runs off this Hikure over, the first over for him. Only 16 more required for Nepal for yet another victory. It'll be 10 out of 11 now. They are getting closer and closer to Zimbabwe, Paul. 15 runs off this over. After 7, Nepal 80 for 1.
XH Simplifying Technology. यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Pick any holiday destination and we'll have an exciting trip organized for you. Choose from a plethora of exotic destinations to fulfill your cravings for rejuvenation and exploration.
Whipsy Holidays, crafting memorable vacations.
0.5 his economy rate. The best economy rate is Chad Soper's. Just 5 has taken the sole wicket that to go for Nepal. Pulled away. Yet another 4 runs for Asif Sheikh. Moves to 37 of just 18 deliveries. Very fine from the fine leg fielder. Flick that, very fine again. Another boundary. Asif Sheikh dealing in boundaries. Only 8 required now for victory for Nepal. Will be 10 out of 11 for them. Look at this, nicely flicked away off his pads. Fine. The fine leg fielder had no chance to cover that. Kabwa Maria was the fielder in that occasion. Didn't have any chance to cut that off. Another pull shot. Goes for a maximum into the practice pitches. Moves to 47. Asif Sheikh, will it be the fastest 50 for him? Look at this. Very poor bowling by Chad Soper. He's not express pace, just a military medium, and bowls a short ball. into the practice pitches there. Look at Kushal Malla have a smile on his face. Nepal just ramping. Look at this spectator just dancing around. Look at him jump around. Only 2 runs required now for Nepal for a famous victory over PNG, the quickest for Nepal.
Or at least not for 24 hours anyway, because they were completely dominant against the UAE yesterday as well. But this was just incredible stuff. Unbelievable. I was going to say day of cricket. I have to say half day of cricket, if that. Amazing run chase after 40 overs of cricket today, and Nepal already have it wrapped up, leaves them with just one obstacle now between them and the World Cup qualifier in Zimbabwe. Absolutely phenomenal stuff.
What dominant batting by Nepal here. Did with the ball in the first innings, bundled out PNG for just 95 runs. Sandeep Lamichhane taking 5 wickets, and that 6 brought up Asif Sheikh's 50. What a knock by him. A short cameo. And you can look at the treasurer of Cricket Association Nepal on the yellow jacket there. Handshakes all around.
Yeah, 21 balls it took Asif Sheikh to bring up his 50. And just think back, he wasn't even the dominant partner in the opening partnership he had with Kushal Bhatel. Kushal Malla was in there as well for a short time and a good time. And that is unbelievable stuff. 100 for the loss of just the 1 wicket in 7.4 overs. Run rate of over 13. Chasing down an admittedly small total. But all we can say about Nepal at the moment is wow.
Yeah, this is the main man, the new head coach of Nepal, Monty Desai. He was signed in here for the role on the 28th of January 2023, and it's the 13th of March, and Nepal has won 10 out of 11.
I hope they've got him tied down to a good contract, because Man City might be coming in for him to replace doing at the moment. Absolute Midas touch he's got. There he is in shot. What an amazing turnaround he has overseen. Just to recap, Nepal now 1 game away. That game on Thursday, that's going to be huge. Again against UAE here at TU. Wow. It is unbelievable stuff we're seeing from this team at the moment. There he is, Monty Desai, the coach who's done it all. Changed things around, got this team absolutely purring. I mean, the last 2 days, it can't really get much more spectacular or spectacularly dominant. Thrashed UAE by 177 runs yesterday, and now today, 9 wickets. Doesn't really convey quite how dominant this win was. Monty Desai must be a happy man. Always goes out there at the end of the games and compliments the ground staff. Must just say, we've seen some low-scoring innings at this ground over the past few days. However, I don't think anybody can have any complaints about the facilities. It's just been total excellence from Nepal against a couple of sides, 6th and 7th in this competition, UAE and Papua New Guinea, who've clearly got a few flaws. And Nepal so far have been exposing those. They're just on their lap of honour, out of shot. Monty Desai in shot there, out of shot there. Nepal have just started yet another lap of honour, and they're getting used to these. They must know that route round the field there by now, these lads. Done a few of these trips around the boundary over the last month or so. The side is absolutely on top of their games. I don't think you can say any more than that. Sandeep Lamachani there, just about to lob a drink into the crowd. Got 5 for 25, started it off earlier on today. Did the job. In actual fact, this morning I thought PNG looked like they were, if not in this game, at least putting up a fair bit of good resistance, and then when they're about 5 or 6 wickets down, that is when this game hurried to a finish. There's a happy bunch of players. Appreciating their adoring public.
Yeah, look at the Nepali players, very happy, winning 10 out of 11 games in this ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. Still one more game to go. If they win that, they'll go to Zimbabwe to play the 2023 World Cup qualifier, which is going to be held in India later this year. What a scene for them. Look at Karan Casey. The spectators, not in numbers. Look at Sandeep Lamachani, the pick of the bowlers today, taking 5 wickets in 10 overs, giving away just 25 runs. Everyone with a smile on their faces. It's absolute turnover for Nepal. Before the start of the last series at home, they were considering how to retain the ODI status, but now they've retained the ODI status. Now they're on the way to the World Cup qualifiers in Zimbabwe, just 1 win away now. Look at the roar of the crowd. Them towards the grass banks. What a victory, what a thrashing victory by Nepal towards PNG. Look at the flag of Nepal, a unique flag in the world. 2 triangles there.